caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the
Wait. Oh. You guys showed up early. Okay. I see you. Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy T3. Conversations got to go down today. Catwoman, Supergirl, what we about to do? But we got to start with me and you. Now, pull up, pony.
I used to be so beautiful, now look at me. My actions are unbeautiful, it's clear to see. Come on and step out of the cage, turn a chapter, turn the page.
What it is, what it does, what it do. How's it going, folks? It's your boy T3 coming at you live, 3D, taking it back, old school back, till you know that things are going way back. You know what I mean? Yo, how y'all feeling today? Let's get into this. Yes, yesterday was a really fun-filled day as I started my series with Onslaught, but today we're going to discuss one of the movies that I did not want to watch when it dropped. In 2004, Warner Brothers released an Elseworld Catwoman with Halle Berry. So one of the reasons, let's start here. Let's start with why I didn't want to watch the movie. Number one, I have a fixated mind when it comes to certain characters. Like, I don't mind Elseworld. I really don't. Elseworld is probably some of the most best comic book series in the universe. You know, it's DC's versions of What If. You know what I'm saying? DC has been doing multiverse forever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just catching up on it with the Marvel side, but DC has always had a multiverse thing going on. Elseworld Batman, Elseworld Superman, Elseworld Justice League, Elseworld Aquaman. Like, you can go into the series of all Elseworlds and just finish, because each comic book is a comic within itself, and each person is a person within itself. There's really not ever a full series of anything, because it's an alternate universe of this is the version of that particular person. Well, they did that with the Catwoman, but Elseworld isn't the problem. The problem is that I have a fixated point in which there are certain things I am willing to accept and certain things I'm not willing to tolerate. And, you know, as much as Halle Berry was big on the game and in the scene and where she was at in her career and life, her being Catwoman just... Let's go back to Adam West. Like, she was a good Catwoman. I liked her. She overacted the scene. She overdid it, but it fit perfectly for that persona, because everything in that Batman during that particular era, the 70s, was overacted. So the whole thing just looked like nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. She wasn't a bad Catwoman, but it was not the Selena Kyle that we were used to. Did I have some beef with her? Yes, I did. Selena Kyle was a thief. She was raised on the streets. She didn't have no abilities, no powers, no mutant DNA, no nothing. Like Batman, a self-trained individual that got good at the things that she did, enhanced her skills to a point to where she became not just a master thief. She was Catwoman because she was sleek, smooth, cool about her abilities, very smart, very intelligent, very quick-witted, not easily manipulated, always ahead of the game. Yo, this is why Batman fell in love with it. This was the one woman mentally, emotionally, and physically that can actually go hand to hand, toe to toe, piece to piece with him and actually get the upper hand on some things. You know what I'm saying? Then we had where we go? We went from Michelle Pfeiffer to Halle Berry. Then we got the Batgirl in Christian Bale's Batman. We just discussed that. I actually like that Catwoman because she was actually the Selena Kyle that we know of. On the streets, on the block, did her thing, no mutant abilities. That was my issue with the Michelle Pfeiffer, that she gets thrown out of a 50-story window, hits the ground, dies, surrounded by cats. They start biting on her fingers, and all of a sudden she has cat-like abilities. Ew. Okay. Then we got the new Batgirl with Sparkle's Batman. She was actually a very good, again, no mutant abilities. Selena Kyle on the streets. She's just out here doing her thing. She lives in the slums. She was really centered around the essence of where Catwoman now. That particular Catwoman, for her father to be the Falcone, we will take it for now because, again, that's Elseworld Batman. So in this Batman, Selena Kyle's father is Michael Falcone. I guess that works in this particular era, and we're going to take it as that because it's Elseworld. This is not solidified because we still have a Batman showing up in Batman Brave and the Bold with James Gunn, so we'll see what they do. Now, let's talk about Halle Berry's 2004 Catwoman. So, honestly, I don't remember her name, and I didn't remember her name in the movie, but she's goofy like the Selena Kyle in the Return of Batman with Michael Keaton. She's low self-esteem, doesn't really think highly of herself, very sloppy, working for somebody with a man who doesn't respect her at all, treats other employees like garbage, and so forth. Turns out his wife has got the secret plot and plan because they work for a pharmaceutical company, that the cream that they use to make you beauty is if you stop it, it'll make you ugly. But if you continue it, your skin becomes as hard as diamonds, or as it says, where that character does. Well, of course, she stumbled upon this by accident, and we called it they were going to kill her. And then they killed her, and again, she was surrounded by cats, but this time Midnight, which is technically Catwoman's cat, climbs up on her chest and blows a mythical breath on her, choosing you to be the Catwoman. Because apparently Catwomen have been around for ages, since the Egyptian days, that these women were free to be spontaneous in which way they go. Because they're like a cat, they can be good, they can be bad, they can be in between. It depends on what they feel like. She goes through the whole senses of, as her body is changing and getting used to where she can land on her feet, and she's eating tuna and fish and stuff like a cat, and then she meets this cop who's like a bad boy cop, you know what I mean? And he's falling in love with her. She likes him, you know what I'm saying? But you too good on the law side, you know what I'm saying? Like you the man of the law. That's their version of a Batman-like figure. One man for justice, interested in the girl that's just bad for your health. And then she wants to get revenge on the people who actually killed her. But at one point she had a split personality, I feel. Like she was Catwoman one time and then she couldn't reconcile the two pieces. Literally mentally. I'm saying. I feel like I'm not doing this movie justice by the storytelling because there was just so many pieces to it. It was weird. What didn't I like about the movie? One, I felt like she overdid the Catwoman persona. Like, there's always the Catwoman, like there's graceful and then there's I am a cat. When she dropped the perfect, like that was Adam West's Batman. Like that Catwoman fit that one. It didn't work for this one. All of a sudden, she went from a regular walk to the switchy walk. I guess her butt was like, the tail was moving and this and so forth. That was like, oh, you doing too much. Then when she has a costume on, she's super sleeky, super sexy. And then when she takes the costume off, she's just like, what's up, folks? How you doing? My name is Bill Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was too many things you're trying to do in this movie to make it Catwoman, because now my question will always be, if Batman shows up in your universe, what's your chemistry? How do you connect? What is the chemistry? The Michael Keaton, Michelle Pfeiffer's chemistry worked well. Even though I didn't like the way she became Catwoman, it worked in that persona. Sparkle and the new Catwoman in that one, their chemistry worked well. They had a good dynamic to where you could see it's going to go somewhere in the future. You know what I'm saying? That it's an introduction to where they start at. Hers, what Batman is gonna show up? You know what I'm saying? Who you got? Ben Affleck's Batman? No. You only got Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Sparkle. Like any of those Batman shows up, it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So you really need maybe this new Batman that shows up. It was an entertaining movie, but it was not a movie that definitely would have been on my watch list. I did skip over it on purpose. I told you I have a list of movies that I've skipped over because you're not going to ruin this character. Like, the character is so well developed within the comic book range that in this one you're mushing it down into something that just not real. But you know what I'm saying? How many Afro picks? Yes, I know the people are waiting. How many Afro picks that I gave to 2004 Halle Berry's Catwoman? You get 2 Afro picks. Yes, it was a one-time watch. We will never watch it again. And amen for not having a sequel. Thank you and have a good night. Oh my God. Oh, snap. You're still here. Hey, okay. What else are we gonna talk about? Supergirl. Yes, we got the new Supergirl that's coming from the James Gunn universe. I told you that she was here, and I told you I was going to learn more about her. For those that have already seen her in the Game of Thrones, she was the young princess in the Game of Thrones. So the first 3-4 episodes in House of Dragon, not Game of Thrones, in House of Dragons, she's the young princess. Here's her photo, picture, and ID. You know what I'm saying? We have yet to see her in the Supergirl costume, but she's young enough to hold this down for the next at least 5 to 7 years. They're trying to run it like they did with Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, which shocked me that he has been Wolverine for over 15 years. But that's pretty dope. That's the longevity. Like, you get paid for some consistency, at least on that piece right there. So we will see how this works as she's coming into the game and doing her thing. So congratulations on the role. We were waiting to see if you pass or fail. The girl that showed up in the Flashpoint Superman, she was Elseworld Kara, Elseworld Superman, the dark-haired Supergirl. I'm really glad that they didn't go that route to like try to change up the entire character. Not that she did a bad job, because she was probably one of the plus points of that movie, but we didn't need that. So with that in mind, you know what it is. If you see your mans in the streets, hit them with the beats and hit them with a jingle jangle, baby. Jingle jangle. Good night, folks. Ha ha.